up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my new package from Unearthly Cosmetics. Now this is the All I Ever Wanted Volume 2 palette. So I love how she upgraded the packaging. Like, this is just absolutely amazing. I know she used to have a plain like cardboard box if I remember correctly, but I'm loving the new packaging. I'm here for it. It's a vibe. Thank you so much. So my palette is still in this cute little bubble wrap and wrapping, but the owner was so kind and she sent me a pair of lashes as well. So I have these synthetic lashes. Let me see, in the shade, in the style Flex. Now y'all know these gonna go into the Instagram giveaway when we get to 1K, or when I get to 1K here on YouTube, whichever comes first. Otherwise it'll be my birthday giveaway in November. But I appreciate Hayden including these lashes. I thought that was really nice. I just don't wear lashes. But let's look at the palette now. Now this retails for, I believe it's $78. It might be more than that. Do not quote me. We finna go and find out, so that way I'm not sending nobody off. Thank you so much. I'm trying to decide if I should get the leather and lace palette. Let me know if you want to see that, because I'm thinking about getting it, but I'm like, I don't know. I know I'm getting the bunnies when it's coming out. So this one, I'm sorry, this one is $86. But it has nothing but dual chromes or multi-chromes, so that explains its price point. Here's the packaging. As you can see, it's another more of a smoky effect. The original one looks like this, and I got mine when it was still Alien Cosmetics, so that's why it looks that way. But I'm about to show them side by side, compare. I was so excited when I saw this one was coming out, because according to my girl Dr. Asher Makeup here on YouTube, she said the community told her to bring back the original one. So of course we would be more than ecstatic if she had a second one, and she gave us a second one. Thank you so much. So this is what it looks like. The packaging is the same. Now here is 1 against 2. I feel like 2 gives you more fun, bright, pastel-y type dual chromey shimmers, whereas I feel like the original one is just like traditional shades. I do feel like I have a palette that's similar to the original one, so I'm gonna start off by showing that one. That's the Breaking the Rules palette from Isabel Cosmetics. I feel like it has some of the similar shades in it as this one, as you can see. And I feel like the formula on these feels the same as well. I don't know if they're made in the same place or what, but this is what it looks like with the original one. And then I'll show you what it's like with the new one. So this is what it looks like with the new one. I think I took my other shimmer palette from Isabel Cosmetics home, so I can't show it to you, unfortunately. But I will show you the plain Jane palette alongside the new palette as well, because it's another one of my all shimmer palettes, and y'all know I love me some Isabel Cosmetics. So here's what they look like side by side. So I will be using the, I think I want to use the Surge palette with this one, even though I know the Surge palette has shimmers in it, but I feel like it has some fun mattes that I would love to use, and I know the formula is going to be amazing, and that's what I did with the last palette. So I'm thinking we're going to use the Surge palette. Seems like these fun, bright neon colors at the bottom, and I still have like the grungy shades toward the middle. So if I change my mind, I'll come back on and tell y'all use the blends, because I was thinking about using the blends, but I used the blends in the last one, so I kind of want to switch it up and not keep using the same one. But blends has a lot of the classic colors that would go with these shimmers really well. So I'm tied, but I think we're just going to go ahead and go with the Surge, because I can use these 2 rows right here to give me the type of grunge I want and still be able to use these shimmers. So we're going to use the Surge. I'm going to stick by what I said originally. We're going to use the Surge, but let me zoom you on in real quick. Oh, and if you're curious what's on my eyes right now, I use the, what palette is that? I use the palette mashup. So I have on the Odin's Eye Soulmane 2 collection, or Soulmane 2 collection, and then I have on some of the new Nomad palette, the Province palette. So if you want to buy the Province palette, use my girl Dionluvsmakeup code here on YouTube. She has a code with Nomad now, so use the code Dion if you want to get that palette. If you want to get this palette, I have 2 friends who have codes, so you can use my girl Karen Harris's code. Of course, y'all know I push Karen's codes like they're my own. You can use code KH Makeup to buy this All I Ever Want or anything from Unearthly Cosmetics, or you can use my girl Beauty and the Frizz's code, which is Frizz Face. I alternate between the 2, so last time when I ordered something from them, I ordered with Frizz Face. When I ordered this palette, I used Karen's code. So when I order the Bunnies palette, we're going to use Frizz Face, because we got to keep the money all around with all the friends. All the friends got codes. I need to use everybody's code. So when the Bunnies palette come, I'll be telling you to use code Frizz Face. But since I use Karen's code this go round, I'm telling you to use code KH Makeup. Okay, now let me actually go make a look, as opposed to just talking about all the other looks and all of the codes you can use. But I know everybody loves to say coins just like I do. I mean, gas has gone down to $5 now instead of $6, but I mean, it's still $5 when I remember when it was like $2. I know I might be dating myself, but you know, hey, let me go and handle this business. Okay, girl? Okay. So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the Blend Bunny Primal palette. So I actually have the Unearthly Cosmetics All I Ever Wanted Volume 2. So we're actually gonna pair these palettes together and do a couple of looks, and then I'm gonna try to do one look with this palette by itself so I can use the shimmers in it so we can see if the form is even better than the ones in the dollhouse. But this palette retails for I think it's $48. Let me double check. I was just on Sephora looking at the, what is this palette? The mini bronze. That's what's on my eyes right now. I got done filming that, but now we're trying to film this. So let me get myself together and pull up this Blend Bunny Cosmetics page so I can tell you how much this palette costs. So this palette retails for $43. I couldn't remember. So yes, $43. It's I believe it's 30 shades like they normally are. I threw the box on the bed because it angered me. This is what she looks like on the inside. Absolutely stunning color story. She always does a great job. She gave me lots of purples, which I can appreciate. And that's what it looks like. And of course, y'all know we gotta compare it to all the colorful palettes on the planet that I own. I didn't bring a whole lot, but I bought enough. So I have it alongside the original blends palette so you can get an idea how they look side by side. Because I know some people are like, she already got like 3 rainbow palettes. How many rainbow palettes do we need? Okay, if she's making them, I need them all. You leave Maggie alone. She can make me 12 rainbow palettes and I buy all 12. I don't care what you say. Mind your business. If you're not part of the colorful community, mind your business. Maggie is a professional and she knows what she's doing. Leave us alone. No, but you can use code CAGEMAKeup, of course, to buy this palette. Here's what the Surge palette looks alongside this palette. Simply stunning. Surge is my favorite by far, easily. I have the Rain palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics because this one kind of made me think of that because of the jewel tones in it, but you'll get to see it right now and you can say what you think yourself. This is what it looks like side by side. And I haven't really played with this one that much. I want to play with it a little bit more, so I might be playing with this over the weekend. I'm going to try to do some Instagram looks, but since I'm going out with my friends this weekend for once, like, I don't ever really go anywhere. I usually just film, but I'm actually going outside of my home. It's a scary place, I'm told, especially because of this virus thing. But I'm trying to be brave and go out this weekend. Next, I have the Carnival Love Tahiti Volume, I think it's 3. And then we have the Primal palette, so again, really colorful palette. Absolutely love it. I love, this was like the first one I bought from Stacey Marie because the other ones looked cute, but I was just like, that rainbow ain't doing it for me. I need a different rainbow. And then she came out with that one. I was like, okay, I'm sold on this rainbow. You know, I'll take this rainbow. I meant to bring the ColourPop, was it the Play It Jewel palette, just to see as far as the jewel tones went, if they were similar. But here is the Cake palette from Glam Light alongside of the Primal palette. I feel like this has more jewel tone colors and this has more of the traditional rainbow, and I feel like that's how the original blends palette is, which is why she ended up coming with this palette as well, just because it gave, you know, a different turn on the rainbow. It gave more jewel tone rainbow, whereas the original blends, in my opinion, gives more of a traditional rainbow effect. I can finally put that away. The last one I have is my all-time favorite Vivid Pigment and Shadow palette from Colored Rain. Y'all don't know how much I love this palette. Look how disgusting this mirror is. Look how disgusting this palette looks like. This was my rainbow palette. When I first started in makeup, this was my rainbow palette. Like, I lived and loved this palette for so long till the blends palette came along. Then I was just like, okay, but this quality though. So, as you can see, this one's well loved, and I actually did a video battling this against the blends palette. So if you want to see that, I'll try to remember to link the playlist for the Blends Bunny company. But yeah, that was my all-time loved rainbow. So we're going to use this palette alongside of the All I Ever Wanted. I'll open it real quick just for you to see. We're going to use it alongside this. Look at all these pretty shimmers and dual chromes and multi-chromes. I definitely have to get these on my eyes with those mattes. Just match made in heaven like I did when I used the Don't Be Jelly palette recently. So let me zoom you on in, girl. And then I'll go off camera and think about a couple of looks. And then we'll do that. And I'll see you in a few. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, this is look number 1 combined. I put together the Primal palette and the Unearthly Cosmetics. What is it? All I Ever Wanted Volume 2. So I took 2 shades from All I Ever Wanted Volume 2. I took this one, Opulent, and then Toro. So Toro's in the inner corner, and this Opulent one is what's on the inner corner right there, going towards the top of the lid. And then the pink shade that's actually on my lid is from the Primal palette. So I took the dark pink from the Primal palette. I basically just used a combination of these 2 rows. I used all the reds, all the pinks, and then this pink shimmery shade right here. So let's get into how we recreated this look, because girl, it was a lot. In fact, I still want to put some red back on the outer V, because I feel like some of it disappeared when I put my makeup on, because I had done the eyeshadow first, and then, you know, let me see, you put on my eyeshadow primer. So y'all, I'm trying out, and I'm gonna wear test the what's the thing called, the e.l.f. Halo Glow today. I have it underneath a foundation though. I didn't like just use it as a highlighter. I didn't just wear it the way I did in the video that you all saw Friday, because I was like, I'm going somewhere and I want like actual coverage. So I'm like, I don't want to wear it like that. But this is what it looks like on my face today. I still think it looks pretty nice. I used some of the stuff from yesterday, so like I used different primers. I used like my Tasha, the liquid silk canvas, but I did use like the e.l.f. Camo foundation powder on top of like the foundation I put on. I have a luminous, I have a Power Play, the foundation and concealer from Giorgio Armani, and then I used, what do you call it? Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Rome and Nectar and combine those together. So it's like the lightest pink in here we're gonna start off with. And then I'm gonna build it up with the deeper pink. I had started off originally with the brown, but I ended up covering it up, so I didn't feel the need to put it back on here again. But yeah, so I'm liking this e.l.f. Halo situation I got going on right now. And I'm trying to use it in different ways. They say you can use the Charlotte Tilbury as well, just to get a better idea of it. Because of course y'all know it's going to go in a complexion corner. And I got a couple other things coming. Like I got the Lancome Foundation coming. I saw Babs Beauty or Stephanie here on YouTube with it. I was looking into getting it anyway, but I wanted to hear like someone's perspective on it. And I know she and I have the same skin concerns, which is like giant pores, and she has oily skin. And I have oily combination, so I was like, I wanted to hear from somebody like, you know, the same skin type as myself, just to be clear about how it was going to work out and whatnot. So that's why I was happy that Stephanie got hers before I got mine. Plus, I was talking to her about how I thought the shade range was really weird. She was talking about the shade range weird too, and it was hard for her to find one. I watched her video on the Hourglass one as well, even though I'm not going to buy that one. But I was interested to see what she said. She actually compared the Lancome and the Hourglass and said they were pretty similar. So it's like, I'm glad, again, I watched both her videos, because it's like I wouldn't need both. If I was going to buy the Hourglass one now, I would just buy the Lancome one, and that's one I just kept with the Lancome. So now that we got all the pink in there, I'm going to start putting the red on. So I took the darker shade called Lethal, that red, and started me here on the outer V. Y'all know me, I always got a cat eye out. Wow. I think it was raining really bad last night, and I didn't even like go to sleep for too long. I woke up like in the middle of the night, and then I started watching Euphoria. So I watched the first season of Euphoria. I like Zendaya, so that was my reason for watching it. Cause I think she's supposed to be like the star of it, and then everybody else has like their own drama going on, and she's like the main character. So I was like, okay, I'll watch Zendaya. So the first season was interesting. The second season, I just got into it now. It was like, I think I watched 2 episodes. I fell asleep on the second one, so I'm gonna have to start off at the second one and go from there, because I woke up randomly in the third one. I was like, yeah, no. I'm like, I need to know like where all this tea is coming from, where all this randomness is coming from. I'm loving the way this color combination looks. I'm glad I didn't do this color combination with the Nomad palette, because they had similar shades in it, and I didn't want them to be too similar, so I'm like, good. Now I'm gonna take the shade Huntress, that dark red, and I put it like right in here. I mean, I know it's gonna get covered up anyway, but I'm trying to do what I did the first time with the look. Say I again. Y'all, I got up like super late to film this video. It was probably like 1 something in the afternoon. I got up at like 12 o'clock. I had to do my face mask to make sure like my pores had the least amount showing, because again, I'm going out. So I was like, I don't want my pores to be seen. So then I didn't, you know, have that handle. Now I'm gonna take the lightest red, which is called Warning, and put that on top of this red to give it a little bit more brightness. Plus, I didn't want to bring too far over to the front of the eye, but I didn't want these mattes like all over like the lid. So there's that. So I'm feeling that. Take and dust it. Now I'm going to take the shade. What is this called? Warning again, and I just kind of patted it into the crease. It did end up showing up a lighter color than I expected it to be, but you know, with the color theory, it was gonna make it a lighter shade than it actually was. So that's what I'm working with now. Just kind of dusting it over here somewhat and into the crease. Sorry if you had noise in the background. My son keeps putting his foot on like the headboard, so that's what that weird squeaking noise is. And since he has the headphones and he can't hear that he's making this noise, so you're probably gonna keep hearing that. I'm just trying to warn you now since that was about to come. I'm gonna take the brush with all the pink on it and brush back over the top of all this to kind of airbrush them all together. Now, of course, y'all know it's time for the glitter glue. Let's go ahead and grab this cute little glitter glue moment and cut out my crease to finish this look. Y'all ain't gonna have no boo now pictures today. I am so sad about it too. Cause I'm like, no, why, no. But you know, it's just a gloomy, sad day. It was raining for like a good 3-4 hours, and I heard it raining, but I wasn't sure if it was like in my headphones from when I was listening to the, you know, the Euphoria, because I was like to listen to a headphones. It was like 4 in the morning. And I didn't want my son waking up. It's really graphic, so I had to try to make sure he didn't get to watch a lot of it. Okay, we're gonna go with the shade Feral now. That's like the dark pink that's on the outer V. So I started it here, and look how stunning that is. Like, oh my goodness, look at that shade. I'm like, yes, give it to me, please. It's stunning. So I'm just trying to like put that over on this stuff. And bring it in a little bit further. So I brought, y'all saw how far I brought it in. I brought it in a good portion. And then I left a little space open for the lighter shade to go on. I was going to use the red, but then I was like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. So then I didn't. One thing that sucks is I used the same brush for both like shades. And I just flipped over. So now like the lighter glitter is like in the crease and up here on this eye. That's one thing I hate about using the same brush for both. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not trying to wash 5 million brushes, and since I said I was going to do 3 eye looks with both these palettes, last thing I need to do is, you know what I'm saying, end up having to use 1 million brushes in addition to brushes I have to use. So now we're going to take the shade Opulent, or Opaline, and that's a very light pink I'm pushing over the top of this one to create like this effect I got going on right here. So as you can see, like, has a nice effect. I'm gonna turn the brush back over to darker pink, just kind of like blend it in a little bit better. I always feel like on this eye I put too much on the front than I do on the eye I do off camera. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more even. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like this eye looks brighter than this one. But it might be because I had it on a little while. So we're going to put a little bit more on this eye real quick. Again, I'm sorry about the noise. He does it. And, you know, he's making it. He can't hear it because he has on headphones. I know it's annoying me though. So, I'm done taking my look at me at them sexy pictures. Mommy's going to be like, hey, calm down. Sir, calm down. I'm thinking I'm going to put a black in the lower lash line just because the black will go with everything. Now I'm going to take the shade Toro and put that in there in the corner. So this is pretty much the finished eye look. I'm going to put a little bit more of this red lethal back on the outer V just so like the shimmer will blend in seamlessly a little bit better. and transition look nicer as opposed to just like bam shimmer. We'll put my mascara on and liner on, then I'll come back to you with another look, girl. Okay? Okay. Okay, y'all, this is my second look. I tried to do a more like earthy bird paradise warm tone type look. So I took these 3 shades right here. From the palette I have Thorn, Stone, and Shiva, I believe is how you say it. And that's what's on the lid as far as shimmers go, small like I wanted. And then I just took all the greens, the 1 orange, and then the yellow shade. So we have the shade Ray, Toxin, Camouflage, as far as matte go, and that's pretty much, oh, and Untamed, and that's pretty much it. So I'll start off with the yellow shade Ray. I literally just patted that all over up here. I mean, I feel like you could hardly see it, but I did tap it in because I wanted some like more light brightness towards the top, and I was like, we'll get the rest of it then. Pat it and have so as you can see, it didn't give a whole lot. I wasn't expecting it to give a whole lot, but I still wanted to incorporate the yellow into the look. If I had had a yellow pigment and then put that on top of it, of course it's been way more pigmented for my skin tone, but that's what I'm working with, so that's what we gotta work with. Now I'm gonna put the orange shade Untamed in the crease. I literally just patted this around the entire crease. So I'm just literally tapping this in a brush. I'll blend a little bit of it now. Let me get most of the color saturated and pat it in. Okay. Now I took the bright green shade Toxin and put it all over the lid, so we're gonna do that part now. Now I found this one not as pigmented as I felt like it was gonna be, because I feel like the one in the, what is that palette? The Surge palette is more pigmented, like the neon bright shades in there. So I'm interested in that. I didn't feel like this one was as pigmented, but you know. As you can see, it's still showing up and still getting the job done. I just feel like the one in Surge is a little bit more pigmented, at least from what I remember. We got one more eye look, and I gotta go to Indiana and get gas, and I gotta get ready for the Margarita Fest tonight. And then Sunday, I gotta go to April's concert, so I'm excited about that. That's pretty much what we're working with right now. I think it looks nice like this. If you like a nice little matte moment, I feel like this gave nice color payoff for the 2 main shades I was concerned about, which is the orange and the green. And now we're gonna go on with the shade Camouflage and the outer V. And this is from the e.l.f. What is it? Game Over collection. I believe it's called. It's our Game Up collection. And we'll start patting that and trying to somewhat shape my outer V for when we add these shimmers. So all I have to do is go back in and try to top this. Now I put the matte on a little thick because at first I was using iridescent like shimmer shade that I'll show you this on my hand in a second, but I ended up not using that shade, so that was the point of putting that on, because I feel like the transitions in the All I Ever Wanted 2 palette would make the shades look different, and that would make it look cooler. Now there's some shades in All I Ever Wanted 1 versus 2 that I feel like look somewhat similar, and I kind of want to swatch them, but I'm doing that on Gel Beauty. It says it's Instagram, so go over there and follow if you want to see that. But see what I'm talking about? Like this one right here is iridescent, it changes with shifts. So this is Thorn and Jade combined, and this is Jade by itself. And then this is Stone. So I was gonna do Jaded and thorn together, but I ended up just doing it on its own, and I like it just fine this way. Take my clean brush and dust over everything. Trying to decide if I want to put black on the lower lash line, but I'm like, I'm about to do a purple look, and I know when I go home I'll have purple eyeliner, so that's why I've been holding off on putting stuff on the lower lash line. But let's get the glitter glue and start putting shades on the lid, because I only have one more eye look to do, and then this video can go up today. Hopefully I'll get to edit it and put it up before it's time to go where I need to go, because if not, it might be a little late picking up my friend to go downtown, because I'm like, I want to make sure this goes up today, because this palette came out, I think, last week, and I want my video up in a timely fashion. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Thorn, like I said, and it's so smooth, and the texture just looks so gorgeous, y'all. Like, look at that. Look how smooth and wet looking. It's like one of those wet, smooth metallics. I love metallics like this. And this one just looks absolutely stunning on the lid. I cannot with how gorgeous it is. So as usual, I take the deeper shade pretty close into the eye, like right up in there. I'll take it, and then we're gonna put the shade Stone in the front of the eye. But I'm definitely feeling the vibes and loving this look. Like, it's absolutely stunning. I just wish the yellow was popping a little bit more, so I feel like you can see a little bit better, but you know, not gonna worry about too much. Turn over this brush, and like I said, let's go with Stone. Right here towards the very front. And I think it does a nice transition with the colors that are going on. Let's put in our inner corner shade. That's gonna be Shiva. And it gives a nice, like, orangish, yellowish, pink iridescence to the lip. So I thought it draw in some of the color, and it brought back some of that yellow that I feel like you can't see because it's so light. So I'm liking that. So this is your second finished eye look. The third one, I'm gonna try to do a different shape than I would normally do. We'll see how well that goes, but I feel like I'm liking the looks I've come up with so far with both of these palettes, and I can't wait to use both of these palettes together some more, girl. Okay, be right back. Okay, y'all, this last look I'm not necessarily crazy about. It's like, you know how you imagine something in your head and you expect it to look different, and then it doesn't look the way you imagine it. That's kind of what this eye look is for me, so I'm not necessarily crazy about it. I did only use a couple of purples as well, but like I used these two purples and that was it. I didn't use anything else. Normally y'all know I'd had these on there as well, but I just kept it like that. Anyway, let's get into the shimmers I used as well. So I only used, I used this shade right here, and then this shade Dreamer in my inner corner. So let's get to it. So I saved us some time by using the shade Poisonous that I showed you to map out the black eyeliner I put on. Now we're going to use the shade, what is this, Mimic, I believe it's called? Yeah, we're going to use the shade Mimic. That's what I dusted over here, because I wanted kind of like an ashier, cool effect over the top of this shade right here. And I really liked the way that color looked, and I didn't want to use like the light lavender purple because I was using like the bluish, purplish tone. So I'm dusting this on the crease like I did on the other side at the very top. Because I have two different shaped eyes, I feel like the shapes of each eyeliner look that I did came out differently. So I think that's another reason I'm not liking it, because I feel like they don't look the same. See what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this eye sits in a little bit and that one doesn't. So I don't know how I'm feeling about this, but you know, like I said, we're gonna go ahead on with it for the pictures. Now when I actually get ready to go out, I don't know if I'm gonna get this eye look on. I think I'm gonna like tone it down a bit, even though I'll be out to like 11, so technically that's time to, like, you know, party and whatnot. But I think I'm gonna just tone it down a bit and do a different purple look or go-to look I know I'll like. Anyway, let's get this glitter glue on, because I need to cut this out, and then I still need to go home and shower and stuff, and then change the eye look and possibly like do my hair, because I got like a hat ready to put on for my hair if I have time or feel like doing it. But it's like a dress I want to wear, I don't want to, you know, have to wear a hat. I'd rather just like wear my hair if I can. So that's why I'm trying to hurry and get this done too, because I think it's only like 2 o'clock now. Yeah, it's like 2:17, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to deal with that. Anyway, let's go on with the shade now. I thought it was gonna be more like Bam Pow in Your Face, which is another reason I want this particular one on the lid, because I was just like, yeah, give me all the Bam Pow in your face. Now see how it's transitioning with all different colors? I thought it looked so cool in like this wing shaped eye look, but I don't know, when I put it on this side, it didn't look nearly as cool as it does when I put it on this side. I don't know, when I put it on camera, for some reason I feel like it always looks cooler then than it does when I'm putting it on off camera. But it just looks so much cooler. And I might blend it in out right now. I don't know. It's definitely a whole vibe. It looks stunning. Like, look how cool these shades look. It's just the shapes, like I said, I feel like are off because my eye shapes are off. So we'll see. I asked my mom what she thinks about it. She usually is like, has a problem being like, I don't like it or I do like it. So we'll see. We'll put Dreamer in the inner corner now. I'm more than iridescent, so that as well has been more the blue purple vibe, and that's mainly what I was trying to go for with this look, like blue and purple, because y'all know I live for blue and purple. See what I'm saying? Like the iridescence just leaves so much more on this side. So let me see if I can add a little bit more and try to get like the evenness of it. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, let's back on up and talk about my thoughts about both these palettes as a whole now. Girl, okay. So I guess I'll start off with the Primal palette, and then we'll talk about the All Out Going to Volume 2, and then we'll be done. Okay, so with the Primal palette, Maggie did not let me down as usual. I love the shades. The purple works fine in here. I'll have to use the purples a little bit more though, because I literally only use 2 shades and I use them to create this look. I haven't used any other purples in here, but I remember her purples being nice, so I figured these won't be any different. I feel like this green, like I told you all before, isn't as pigmented as the other green that I used from the Surge palette, so I was a little bit disappointed in that, but like not enough to not, you know, like the palette. I still love the palette overall. All the pigmentation worked. Everything blended out easily. Looked seamlessly blended. Like I spent a long time blending when I did. And that's another thing I love about Maggie's mattes. I feel like you can blend them and they're nice. And the shimmers in this one seem even better than the other ones. Like that red shimmer I used, sorry, the pink shimmer I used right here, Feral. Oh my god. That thing is stunning. I can't wait to use some more. I swatched the shade Potent, and it was really nice too, but I just didn't want to bring too much red and pink into the look like I normally do, so I just stuck to the pink and put the pink all over the lid. But yeah, definitely a purchase you should definitely have in your collection, and I don't feel like it was wasted money at all. Even though I do have blends and Surge, doesn't even matter. It was worth it. I would do it again. I'm trying to put them on bed because I gotta take those home and do my comparisons on Instagram eventually, and then bring them back and probably do more eye looks with them on camera, because I want to do some looks with the blends and the All I've Wanted Volume 1. But next, let's get to the All I've Wanted Volume 2. So the shimmers in here are stunning. Like, look at them on my hand. I got a couple from the ones I swatched to put on my inner corner. So I was going to put this one in my inner corner. This one is Rain, but I ended up going with Dreamer instead. That's the one you saw me just put in there. But overall, it has the great range of different finishes and multi-chromes and metallics and iridescent topper shimmer shades and all that. So nothing has changed from the first one and the second one. This one, I like the colors just as much as the first one. If I had to pick one, I don't know which one I would pick at this point in time, because you got to think I just played with this for the first time today. So I love everything I tried as usual. Both brands didn't do me wrong. They usually have most things I like, and this was no exception. So those are my thoughts on the palettes. I recommend both of them. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.